understand that I missed this in early parts of the review, but we did have the match after the opening segment, but it was a tag team match. Got average pop. I think that that was the tag team match involving the Usos against Finn Balor and Big E, and it ended with, of course, the babyfaces picking up the win with a big ending to one of the Usos after Finn Balor hits him with the missile dropkick, and that's technically it. Not much, just want to not miss a scene, so this is probably an earlier clip. But, yeah, that's all I missed. Back to the rest of the review. So, to think that Extreme Rules is not even that far from where we're going right now, it's already looking like a train wreck. Just for the sake of build, Bianca Belair is one of the weakest women wrestlers I've seen in a long time. Just for the sake of her not adapting, her character never having a certain way of reaction when it comes to a certain event, especially like being like, it's okay that I lost in seconds, I get my shot because I'm the EST of the WWE. Like, everybody has this bland caricature that's not even a real identity of how they really are in real life. Bland. Roman Reigns made another 20-minute promo celebrating over with his council, with his his cousins of the bloodline. Yes, it took them several months until they finally got a faction name got rolling. But open this entire segment over with Roman Reigns, Big E pausing over, and it's like, okay, we know that they're going to fight each other in Survivor Series. No one cares about the draft. And Finn Balor came over for no reason. And they just... This show did not hit like it did last week. I'm going to be honest. It didn't hit. That was the negative about the show. It did not hit. And speaking of not hitting, we had, of course, Rick Boogs against Robert Roode, where Rick Boogs literally made Dolph Ziggler into a jobber the last frickin' match. And now they're telling me that somehow former U.S. champion loses to the newcomer. Clean. No outside interference. Nakamura doesn't surprise. He surprised with a Kinshasa to help Boogs, the hype man, win. He's just hitting people with his power slam and getting over. Now, it should be good that, they're trying to get over a guy that's actually getting crowd reaction. After the match, they were celebrating with Pat McAfee, always with his energy. Celebrating until Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz came out, dropping out both Boogs and Nakamura, issuing a title match, saying, "This is your king!" Like Apollo's gimmick is just ripping off Black Panther dialogue while looking like a guy from a Tyler Perry movie because he's buff and dark skin. So he's obviously the bad guy of that Tyler Perry movie. That's technically it. So they get a title match next week. That's the most that we push over to that. The Intercontinental titles have been irrelevant. Every belt that Nakamura has is irrelevant because he doesn't add anything new to the table. Seth Rollins addresses over his victory and blaming the WWE Universe for, of course, why Edge lost back at Madison Square Garden, why he suffered over an injury, and why he was in a stretcher. But before that happened, we of course had Kevin Owens scheduled to face off against Happy Corbin. And then it attacked him before the match even started. That was about it. Then Kayla Braxton came around asking Paul Heyman questions about the return of probably Brock Lesnar on Raw during the draft. And then Big E came around the same time, just shouting over boo and trying to piss off Roman Reigns, and then the Usos came and just jumped him. So that's Big E. That's the WWE champion. Just still getting lined over with his character because he's still doing silly shit. I understand that they want to pop him over with personality, but it doesn't go anywhere. Then the Usos just wipe him out, and that's him for the rest of the card. He doesn't show up and try to call out Roman Reigns or call out the Usos, even though he's still part of the Smackdown roster. Bro, I don't really care. Rollins sounded like a madman. I'll give the promo that at least showed a bit better emotion than he being like, I'm I'm I am the architect. I better than he actually was trying to garner heat, blame the fans, being causing why the sole reason why their favorite wrestler is completely hurt and probably won't compete again. So that's technically it. That was actually not a bad promo. I really don't care if Rollins feuds with Cesaro again. I don't want to see that anymore. I'd rather them just get a Hell in a Cell match or something, or at least some type of feud. Like, return the stretcher match. Every fucking time you guys want to just do street fights or Hell in a Cell. Like, everything is so formulaic now. You guys don't even want to, like, go out your comfort zone and make a different match stipulation that people wouldn't mind. Because what happened to stretcher matches? Kendo stick matches. Hell, you guys don't even have to do Inferno matches. You guys don't even do that many actual street fights anymore. Like it's super generic. It's either a kendo stick, trash bin, or a steel chair to the back. Like we're just asking for something new over with the match stipulations. And here we are, Tony, Big Butt, Storm against and Liv Morgan against Carmella and Zelina Vega, or women that are just not getting some screen time. So this is it. We get a tag team match because who really wants to see a one-on-one match with any of these chicks? No disrespect. I know Tony Storm is new here. They've been nothing to elevate any of these women. All of them either lose a lot or they just have no character. We and you know to shout them out because this will be coming soon. There will be a Carmella Sucks video, 15 Reasons Why, with Destroyer BHB. Shout out to him. Great channel. But, dude, just knowing, like, this is how it's gonna be. Like, I can't remember shit from this match. Morgan bump. I think there was, a trip to the legs, and it ended with Carmella getting hit over to the nose, ending in a count out. And then Liv Morgan, because, you know, she has no character, she's going around being like, I don't care that your nose is broken. We're gonna fight at Extreme Rules. Yeah, can you feel that? Liv, be lucky you're cute. You just... She needs a character. She needs an actual character that she... like Zelina Vega can be some crazy shit, like like bipolar Latina. Liv Morgan can be some short hillbilly chick, or I don't know, some streamer like shit. Like, modernize your women's wrestlers. Like, stop trying to always like be like, all because they're women means all of them need to be randomly taken seriously. Give them personas. Give them personalities. Like, if you just make generic women wrestler number 15, guys, it's not gonna stand out. The same thing with the men. It's just not gonna work out well. Let me hear Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, with my Mexican mohawk mask. And then Dominic. Well, again, like the 15th match with Sami Zayn. And Dominic got pissed off over another loss against Sami Zayn off roll up. There was a 619. Like Hairspray, everything was like a Hurricane Rana in this match. Sami Zayn won off trying to actually not get distracted over his father. And then it ended with Sami Zayn picking up the victory. I don't really care. I'd rather not watch the rest of the show. We had Becky Lynch, like, at the homecoming, because we were in Knoxville, Tennessee. Bianca Belair's at Tennessee. She's not over. Then here's, of course, here's the trick with a woman that just got a child. When you're a lady that just got a child, you try to dress like how you were nearly a decade ago. So that's with the whole showing off your gut, with the Kill Bill gear like she had back in 2019. No charisma, with her hair looking like she's Grimm's like fourth wife. Like, bro, she's just disgusting. Becky Lynch goddamn sucks. She has no way to get heat, and she has no way to get pops, unless it's the fans like forcing her to turn heel for the 15th time. and thinking that's a way to get over. Like, bro, it doesn't work like that. Becky Lynch me. I don't want to watch the rest of this segment. Kane, of course, we're in University of Tennessee, so who else is here? It's Kane! Here, issuing a key to the county just because it's a homecoming and this is an alma mater of Bianca Belair. So there was a basis of a pop there, and then there was a handshake after Becky Lynch rudely interrupted when they sung the Rocky Top. And then after the handshake, she was about to give the kiss of death before she hit her with the rip-off rock bottom. I mean, it's rock bottom from here. I mean, the mandible claw. I mean, the manhandle slam. So why make another rip-off rock bottom when the disarmer's a decent submission move? I don't get it, and the disarmer fucking sucks. But at least I can understand that could possibly hurt people if it was an actual good armbar, and it never is an armbar. She's just sitting on your shoulder while she tries to tear it off, even though it's the most easiest way to counter. So it's like this is a way to get her over, and it doesn't work out because no one cares about Becky Lynch like that. So that's the end over with the feud. We get like 2 matches announced. Well, actually 1 match announced, with another match being on kickoff with Liv Morgan and Carmella. Then we had Naomi coming out like, did you forget that was in the show? Yeah, I'm forgetting the show again. So they're probably trying to do a program with with Naomi and Sonya Deville. Like, I actually care that Naomi's even getting a segment because she sucks. Honestly, like, everybody's like, oh, well, her entrance is good and she has a big butt, so that doesn't mean shit because her song sucks. Her entrance is forgettable and nobody can remember a move from her other than she has a big ass doing a finisher to knock people out. And it never works because it's never over. How's Rikishi that's rubbing his ass on grown men more over than Naomi literally bouncing her ass on people's faces? She sucks, bro. I don't want to see another segment. I don't care for like being an overshadowed. She's been literally having the same storyline of her being overshadowed for the last like 5 years, and no one asks for it. That's the sad part, except for the weirdos that give Naomi a chance because she hasn't read your DMs yet. That's about it. No one cares. SmackDown was duller than the week before. I'll be the first person to admit that out of the like probably the other thousands of people that possibly did. But if we're like putting this over perspective here, I think a lot of people know that this show is dull. They just don't want to admit it over the sake of like having a forceful optimism instead of their own critiques. Because this is a critique. It's not me getting a sponsorship from Vince McMahon. So that's my only thoughts on this. This was a dull show. There was a few bright spots, but this was duller than the week before that I actually felt excited to see next week on Raw. I mean, next week on SmackDown the week before. When they had Lesnar, they were introing conflict with Finn Balor. They made the current world champion look like an afterthought. I'm talking about Biggie. Just the whole women's division just feels like a dull schlock that's forced to have main event segments because nobody will even still know that they are as more irrelevant as the Divas division from back in the late 2000s to early 2010s. I'll admit it. When you have your own pay-per-view and it has lower buys than fucking December to Dismember, you have no right being like you deserve this and that. It's just ridiculous. But that's just my opinion. I hope you guys at least enjoyed the show. Somebody that has something different from me. Possibly you like. Sami Zayn and Dominic, if you're into Lucha Libre or all that dumb shit, I don't really care. If that's how you enjoy the show, all the power to you, because that's what you enjoy. But to me, I thought the show was mediocre. But that's it coming from me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and suffer.